Last month we had some unforgiving Souls-likes and a mix of JRPG influences. Our March top spot went to Warlong Fallen Dynasty, which pitted players against Chinese fantasy-inspired foes with a number of characters based on the Three Kingdoms. This time it will be heading to space, taking on some Metroidvania exploration, fighting some turn-based battles, and honing our skills in action combat. Without further ado, let's get into the month of April 2023. Honorable mention, Everspace 2. The single-player space shooter Everspace 2 has been early access for 2 years, but the space adventure will finally be leaving early access this month. The game follows an emotional journey of an immortal clone space pilot aptly named Adam, whose death has final consequences. Adam will team up with other characters as they explore the precarious planets across the demilitarized zone. Puzzles and navigating your way through faction encounters are all part of the game. The title mixes RPG elements with a fast-paced single-player spaceship shooter. It offers exploration through the depths of space in search of loot and mystery. Customize your ship, craft, and take part in thrilling dogfights. Its RPG-styled leveling system, campaign, and side missions means there's a lot to do. The game's early access reviews on Steam seem to be on the rather positive side, gaining 89% in positive scores from over 5,000 reviewers, but the game has more content upon full launch. The devs have shared that another star system, companion trading map, new boss fights, further customization options, polished cinematics, and more enemies are underway. They even encourage you to start a new playthrough so you don't miss anything. The early access version of the game currently holds 35 hours of content, with all the core mechanics of the game targeted for the final version. Everspace 2 is currently available on early access on PC via the Microsoft Store, GOG, and Steam, and the game will be leaving early access on April 6th. At number 5, the Mageseeker: The League of Legends story. Set in the League of Legends universe, the Mageseeker focuses on the turmoil of the great city of Demacia. Those put in place to help control the use of magic in the kingdom, though, known as Mageseekers, have begun to abuse their status. An ex-Mageseeker known as Silas has rebelled against the order, but can balance be actually brought back to Demacia? First, he must escape the clutches of the oppressive Mageseekers and go on the quest for justice. The game is in a 2D pixel art style with top-down action combat reminiscent of the developer Digital Sun's indie RPG Moonlighter. The main character Silas uses speed and ferocity, as well as the use of both light and heavy melee attacks to fight, using magic both elemental and arcane on the battlefield. Armed with the various shackles he was placed in, he can even steal enemies' magic with his chains and throw it right back at them. But bringing down the system isn't easily done alone. Silas will try to recruit others to join the cause and strengthen his base of operations. This will in turn unlock new powerful abilities. If you're wondering whether you will see other characters from the League of Legends universe, Morgana, Lux, Shyvana, and Garen are teased to appear. The Mageseeker will be released on April 18th for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Switch. At number 4, Afterimage. Now for a blend of RPG with Metroidvania 2D action. Afterimage is a 2D platformer which follows the struggles of Fantasyland Engadin. Its vast biomes include volcanoes, lush forests, and expansive seas, but its tranquil setting is upset by an unexplainable, cataclysmic event that shook the world known as the Raising. This in turn wiped out the human race, leaving terrible creatures, rabid beasts, and corrupted beings. Following Renee, a brave soul willing to fight through the darkness, our journey begins. Its non-linear exploration promises the discovery of 15 different areas, all in hand-drawn art style. These biomes have tons to explore with their own secrets to unlock. While the land is perilous, Renee will meet some friendly faces along the way, including a merry group of chefs willing to lend a hand in exchange for helping to unearth legendary recipes. The main character can use 2 main weapons and 1 sub-weapon at a time. Each weapon grants different attack abilities, while sub-weapons can grant combat buffs and other minor perks. There is also a range of upgradable spells to customize Renee's combat. Instead of a more traditional leveling system, players will need to defeat enemies to gain skill points or by completing the bestiary. Afterimage offers not only sliding and leaping, but also ways to climb your way through complex environments. Afterimage will be released on April 25th for PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch. At number 3, Strayblade. A forgotten world filled with memories of a once magical civilization, the Lost Valley of Akria is once again discovered by a rogue adventurer. It's been several decades since the wanderer is brought back to life under mysterious circumstances, only to realize they are not free to leave. The goal is to uncover secrets of this strange place in Strayblade. The game's unique changing world will have adventurers challenged at every corner, and also leaving their own mark on the world. Going up against the God Kings will pit players in more dangerous battles. The bigger the victory, the greater the reward. Stray Blade uses what the devs describe as a hyper-responsive combat system, armed with a range of weapons that can be crafted if needed. Players will explore the fantasy landscape and return it to its former glory. No adventure is complete without a trusty sidekick, and yours in Stray Blade will be Boji. This little companion will assist you with its own individual talent trees. As you progress, Boji will unlock more crafting options and will discover pieces of ancient lore, craft powerful weapons and armor to go head to head against roaming hostile ravagers. Character progression relies on enhancing your weapons and unlocking skills. Stray Blade will be released on April 20th for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. At number 2, Trinity Trigger. Trinity Trigger is a fast-paced title inspired by 90s RPGs, but with modern combat in mind. It follows a trio of characters who are attempting to save the continent of Trinitia, a place that has fallen prey to the conflict between the gods of order and the gods of chaos. This has come close to destroying the mortal realm. Powerful weapons known as armor now lay scattered around. The gods ended up choosing a warrior to fight in their place. But they are not alone in their endeavours, as they are aided by mysterious creatures called triggers. These can be manipulated into 8 varieties of weapons, which players will need to learn to wield in order for them to succeed. The title combines the iconic feel of classic RPGs with fast-paced battles and fully customizable combat. Take on the world alone or try local co-op to explore the unique biomes, dungeons and puzzle solving. Weapons can be switched on the fly, making for some dynamic action. The dev team behind the game has worked on titles such as Secret of Mana, Octopath Traveler and the Xenoblade series. If you like a title that is a throwback to OG RPGs but with a modern twist, then this one's for you. Trinity Trigger will be released on PC, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on April 25th. At number 1, Honkai Star Rail. Get ready to travel into space aboard a flying express train in Honkai Star Rail. The follow-up title to the Hoyoverse's successful online action RPG Genshin Impact, Star Rail is the next title to be released. The game has gathered quite some interest, gaining over 2 million in signups before the title has even launched. Honkai Star Rail is a new addition to the Honkai universe, taking place in an alternate universe from Honkai Impact 3rd. The game follows the journey of a trailblazer aboard the Astral Express in a sci-fi open world. While players will encounter some familiar faces from the previous title, they are alternate versions of characters. Honkai Star Rail uses turn-based combat rather than action-oriented battles. Players will explore an open world and collect different characters to boost their roster. Each character features their own abilities with a basic attack, skill attack, and an ultimate, as well as talents which will be triggered automatically in combat. The basic skill will build up skill points, which can be spent on skills. Both attack and skills will build up energy, which will go towards a character's ultimate. This can be unleashed usually within the same turn. Gaining new characters isn't necessary to complete the main story, but it may prove useful in more challenging content. As each character has their own special technique, some may be more compelling than others to summon. Honkai Star Rail holds some similarities with Genshin between the game's monetization method, hybrid PC and mobile platforms, and a character collector. Those who are on the lookout for a mix of open world exploration mixed in with some turn-based combat rather than fast-paced battles, well then this one's for you. Honkai Star Rail will be released on PC, iOS and Android on April 23rd, while console versions for PS4 and PS5 are set to release at a later date. Well, that's a wrap for the top RPGs of April. Did I miss your favourite April release? What games are you looking forward most to this year? Please let us know in the comments below.